Hopefully. All right. Red light's on. Should mean we're live. I'll make sure we see some numbers pop up here. Make sure we're working. Can people hear us? Are the voices and the vidges coming through? Dizzle and I were just talking about the sports ball. Dizzle's Huskers almost held out for a win over Ohio State. Hawks had a big win today. As a good one. Come back over Northwestern. What'd you think of that, Dizzle?
You got me, and I don't watch sports ball, Debo.
I don't watch sports. Well, tonight should be a fun one. We've got, of course, the Dizzle. How are you up there, Dizzle?
Doing well, doing well.
Excellent, excellent. We've got a special guest, Mr. Trevor, with us. So Trevor was nice enough. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say hello. I'm good.
Oh, yeah. Trevor was nice enough. I put out a bat signal on the members only post because I said, I've got an idea, but I can't let Dizzle run picking the stuff because he'll cheat if it's just him knowing the stuff. So tonight, oh yeah, Gramps, the Hoosiers, holy smokes, on a roll, 8-0. They stomped poor Dizzle's Huskers last week. Dizzle sent me text saying he wasn't going to be able to sleep for days. How bad they got whooped. It's all right, Dizzle. But anyway, tonight, so my idea was let's do a blind ranking. And this came from, I forget the guys on Instagram, but they always crack me up. It's like two dudes. They'll do anything like food, sports. I've seen them do like rank your QBs, blind ranking. Anyway, they cracked me up and they were doing one on, I don't even remember what it was. Anyway, I was like, dude, that would be kind of fun to do for lures. But I'm like, how can we get that to work? Because if either Dizzle or I know what they are, it's not going to be fun because then it's not an actual blind reaction. So that's where Mr. Trevor comes in. Trevor was nice enough to do the legwork behind the scenes and pick 10 lures. So the fun with tonight will be, and I'm going to kind of have to piece this together because it was a little tough figuring out a way of doing this. And that's just the test one there. So this thing can go, will that delete it from there? No, but I was just testing to see if it worked. Trying to figure out a way to do this. So I'm sorry that you're going to have some side screens here that you have to look at, but I think this should be a pretty fun live. So what do we got going on here real quick? With chat, of course, just like Mr. Trevor, I want to thank all the members who continue to support me on a monthly basis, paying money out of your hard-earned pockets to support this ugly mug in his basement. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you people, but I thank you so much for doing it. Just like tonight, hanging out on a Saturday night, talking fishing. So all the members, thanks. And everybody else, if you're not a member, doesn't matter. Still love you, just like Elliot, Ray, Michael, Bradley, people that are in here every week watching, Malone, all you guys. So Trevor, I'm going to hand the mic over to you. I want you to give us the lure. While you're doing that, I'm going to clip art it, pull it into the deal here and get us going. But kind of give us your thoughts on picking it, your thoughts on the lure, and then Dizzle and I, as we're going over, and we're going to kind of give our thoughts on it. And I think that should be pretty fun. So
it was. So like when you had put out, hey, who wants to do this? I jumped in, got nominated. It was great. But then the hard work became like, okay, what 10 lures do I even choose? I got like 15 in front of me. So it depends on how we go through. I might like be pulling a couple different ones up. But one of the ones that I knew I just had to show off just because, we're not going to rank it. I just wanted to throw to show you that, yes, I do have one of these bad boys right here.
We need to make another members post to get a new person to run this. Let's see.
I saw when you posted the thing and you put it number 1. I was like, oh man, you stole my thunder. I was going to start with that one right off the bat. Just a heads up.
What you saw on the thumbnail is not actual lures that Trevor picked. Maybe it would be by chance. That was just me putting them on there. So
nope. So the first one I want to start with is this is the actual lure that I caught my PB on a year ago.
Fun.
So I figured we'll start with that because that would be a fun one to start with, and it's pretty much a staple in a lot of ones. And you can, when I hold it up, you can see that this bad boy is beat up.
Ooh,
so we're going with a nice little white and chartreuse spinnerbait.
If you can tell
yeah. And then if the head of it, I know it's kind of hard to see, but the head of this guy actually has some flake in it. So when they did it, it's also got flake in it. All the blades, they're kind of like they got that hammered into it. You can tell this guy's all kind of chewed up.
Is that chartreuse? A chartreuse blade?
It is. It's a chartreuse blade on the top
Okay.
and just a silver blade there. I was in a reservoir, was just pitching around a brush pile. It hit it. When it first hit, I was like, oh man, I got a catfish, because I've caught catfish on a spinnerbait before.
Oh yeah.
And that thing just was tugging, got it in the boat. It was 7.5 pounder, you know,
Dude.
23 inches long. So yeah.
So did you color that blade?
No, it came that way. It came
That's how they
stock.
come. So that's not, yeah, I don't recognize that in the new.
Yeah.
I'm looking, is
It's
that one of
it's
the,
an older one. I've had it for a while. So
oh, because that's
I know
double willow blade,
the
right?
closest, yeah, it's a double willow. The
Huh.
closest thing I've found, because I wanted to get another one, but the closest thing I've found is Booyah has some that are in a line that has a chartreuse and a silver. It just, I got a couple of them, but it's just one of those things where it's just not quite the same. And
Okay, well, we're gonna put this one on, as you might have the Holy Grail there. Do they have one with a painted white blade? I bet you could dye it. They have blade dye. It doesn't even look like they have any painted ones. Well, I'm gonna pull one of these. Looks like you might have
throw a
the
nice, just throw a spinnerbait up there. Yeah.
Colorado willow. Yeah, that's crazy. That I don't see. No, we got to go with the actual one you got in here. Oh wait, was it a compact by chance? Is there one in the compact?
Maybe. Let's see if I.
Sexy Shad. No.
Debo, are
no,
you wanting to be sharing that or
No,
no?
I was just seeing if
Okay.
I could find the actual one, but that's right. We're just gonna steal one of these. He might have the juice there, and now you can't ever find it again. Don't you hate that?
I hate it.
Okay, so we'll save this. So Dizzle, as I'm getting this ready, where are you putting that? A Strike King tour grade, which I think are some of the best bang for the buck at $7.99.
Oh, yeah.
They still keep them at $79.99, which I was kind of surprised. But what do you think, sir?
So this is like a one and done list. Once it's on there, right?
Once it's done,
Correct.
it's done. Yep. You can't move them around.
Can't move it.
Okay. Can I ask, where are you located? Like where, where is your main fishing done at?
So for mine, I have a couple reservoirs around here that I fish at. So they're more reservoir fishing, I guess highland reservoir, rocky banks, brush piles, cedar trees, boulders.
Okay.
Not a lot of grass until I'm doing when I'm on the tournament trail and I'm traveling around Texas or going down into Alabama. And that's where one of these other ones is going to pull up. And I got that one when I was in Alabama fishing some grassy stuff.
We got the subscribers playing separate games here. Pat's saying, let's play a sub game, saying, how many of these lures have I never caught a fish on? Okay, 1 for 1 so
That's
far.
awesome.
Here we go.
That's
Where
pretty funny.
you're number 2 on that one, Debo?
Yeah,
Or you
Kuda,
just
we say this every time. Dizzle asking, playing the 500 question game. What is the
I'm just
barometric pressure when you pick that lure?
I'm just trying to determine
Oh.
what kind of lures might be
It's-
on the list.
Oh no, I got a
No,
hodgepodge. I got a hodgepodge of everything. So I got some
Okay.
grass stuff. I got some
Dizzle.
rock stuff. I got some wood stuff. Yeah, there's no.
I think I'm gonna go a solid 3 on this one.
Oh,
Okay.
you screwed up.
Okay.
Oh no.
Now I will tell you, when I caught that using that, it was in June. It was 100 degrees outside,
Oof.
and
Hey,
it was
mine
about
upside
1
down.
1 o'clock in the afternoon, in the heat of the day.
Wow. Mine's backwards. I don't know what the hell I did with mine. Clearly, I'm not a graphics designer guy.
That's
Backwards.
All right.
Spinnerbait is high on the list. I agree with Dizzle. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Those are solid spinnerbaits too.
They are.
So we're saying,
Mhm.
Dizzle, this is the only 10 lures we get to fish forever. So
Yeah, I know.
this
I
in
know.
mind. This is it.
I
This is
know.
all we
Okay.
get.
All
So
right.
I'm saying, oh gosh,
It's tough because I mean,
I'm gonna go 4.
spinnerbaits. Yeah,
I'm going
I mean,
4.
spinnerbaits are just a solid all the time. All right, you
I agree.
ready for the next one?
Yes. Oh, and just real quick, there will be a giveaway tonight. I am,
Okay.
Since I chose Trevor as being one of the members, I'm going to try to do this more, try to do fun things to involve members. Of course, any of the members that I choose always get a giveaway. I'm going to paint him up a lure specifically for him. And whoever is the winner tonight, since we're doing a little game show style, will also get a custom lure of their choice. So giveaway coming, some lures, a custom. We got lure talk tonight. So Trevor,
Awesome.
back to you.
All right. So the next one is one that really plays in those heavy pressure situations.
Okay.
And that is the old Z-Man
Ooh.
Stealth Blade.
Ooh, the stealth. Thank you.
3/8 ounce Stealth Blade, green pumpkin. And I mean, it's pretty hard to see, but that bad boy is chewed up.
Mm-hmm.
It's seen some better days, but freaking love that thing.
The old stealth blade. And I'm saying we pick the lure, but I think we can pick our own color dizzle if that helps.
Yeah.
So like he's just
Yeah,
giving
green
us the
pumpkin's
lure.
not
Like,
yours, and
yeah,
you're more
okay.
of a black
Just
and
making
blue.
sure.
Yep. I'm number 2. I don't even have to think about it.
Oh,
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, whoops. See,
caught-
I'm sitting here chatting, not doing my.
I've caught so many fish over the last couple of years again on chatterbaits. It's been
No, that's the
chatterbaits.
stealth blade. Does that make a difference to you?
Does
Does
that
that
change?
sway
No,
your...
I think I'm plumb out of stealth blades because those were the primary go-tos that I was using.
I feel like you're underrated.
Yeah,
they
Graham
really
just
are.
posted stealth is the juice. I mean, if you don't,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody wants to go for the jackhammer. So I tell you, man, you throw that stealth blade around, just gets
So
bit.
do you think the fisher are becoming what do they call it, conditioned to that kind of vibration clackety where the stealth blade maybe is like similar enough but yet different, like let's say a regular one knocker versus a rattle crankbait?
I think so. For me, I think because you're not having that clack 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 as it's coming through, they're just getting the vibration. And I think just feeling that vibration coming through is what's triggering that lateral line, and they're not being turned off by that.
Yeah,
Dizzle, you said that was your number 2?
Number 2, yep.
These might be kind of hard to see, Fishing Friends. Sorry, but I'm doing my best as a non-designer guy.
Oh, that's.
Uh-oh.
Oh no! Is it gonna make me not? Oh no!
Oh,
These
you're free.
SOBs. Oh my gosh!
Oh.
Pull
Pull up Microsoft Paint quick.
Can you do it on there?
I don't see why not.
Oh my gosh. Fishing Friends, see, this is why you don't ever put me in charge. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing on my show. Let me see. See if I can get paint up here and just add a whole bunch of stuff to it.
You should be able to.
Is it paint? Is that what I would use on here? Do they still have Microsoft Paint?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, you should be able to right click down your start thing.
Paint 3D.
Search
Here we go.
Paint.
Let's see if this will work.
It's a standard on all of them.
Paint 3D says isn't
Chris,
available.
Chris said you could do a Excel spreadsheet too.
Can you put?
Yeah, you could put images
pictures in there.
Yep.
Shows how much I know. Okay, we got paint. Let's see. So, what did the picture? We can only do certain size though. This is kind of jank. Hey guys, come watch live where I'm clearly not prepared and don't know what the hell I'm doing.
It wouldn't be a fun live, you know.
Yeah, if it was all
just robots
and professional and such.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun.
Okay, well I think this will work. Can I insert? How do I insert extra images on top of it?
Paste on top.
Do I just Control V it? Like copy, Control V?
Should be able to.
That did not work. I just drag stuff to it? Oh, I can just drag to it.
Yeah, there you go.
But then it won't let me grab the whole picture.
Man, last choice.
Son of a
Excel
biscuit.
spreadsheet.
Okay, let's try Excel real quick.
I like what Chris just put, Chris Russ. We came for the feast chat and stay for the chaos.
The substellar guy trying to run this crap. Okay, pictures.
Better than what I could be doing right now.
Yeah.
Download. So I have the first picture. Oh yeah, this might actually work really well. And then I can just insert picture from the device, which is my desktop. Live pictures. Insert. Oh yeah, Chris, look at this, Chris coming in with the heat, knowing what he's doing here. All right, let me reshare here, Fish and Friends. We're going to share the Excel.
Michael, just use that awesome whiteboard.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
now.
but I can't draw. That would be fine if I could draw and actually do stuff, but okay. So we got it going here again. Let's see, I said 4 on the spinnerbait, right? Dizzle said 3. Okay. I need to make this. Whoa.
We'll get it. Just leave it as is. You don't need to make it all pretty.
And then you said you said 2 for the old stealth blade, huh? I think I'm following close suit to you, but gosh, it's tough because what are we going to see here? What other lures are we going to be? I do really like the stealth blade. A white stealth blade, I feel like, for mimicking bait fish.
Yeah.
3? Do I go 5?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go 5.
Okay.
I'm playing close to what Dizzle's doing here, but
Big Malone nailed it. You're saving drop shot for number 1, aren't you?
I am. Yep. Drop shot will certainly be number 1.
It's gonna
shout
end
out
up
to Mr. Matt Nash, new member.
Debo's gonna end up with drop shot number 1, a glide bait for number 2, all these crazy things that he doesn't even throw.
I got a couple crazy ones in here.
Yeah.
No. What do we got for questions? Debo looks clean in there.
Did you close up the chicken?
I don't know. Do you mean me or in the picture?
I'm
assuming. Oh, you mean behind me?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it is clean. Cleaned up.
It is.
Yep.
Let's see. Ralph in the house. What's up? People saying hi. People talking back and forth. Okay, I think we're good. What do we got for number 3, sir?
All right, number 3. Again, I think for this one, when I pull it up, it's got to be specific because I've tried different ones, but this one by far is the one that I found that can come through the junk better than most.
Okay.
And that is the Owner Underspin.
Ooh. Owner Flashy Swim.
Yep, the Owner Flashy Swimmer. The way this, I mean, it just moves, it bends. I've thrown this in grass, taken it across the grass, having it drop into holes, comes through brush, great. This is the Rage Swimmer on the top too, but you guys can put whatever you want on there. But that Owner Underspin, that thing is, I could bring that through just about anything.
Yeah, my only gripe on those would be they do break. The bottom breaks off. I mean, they sell the replacements, but otherwise it's such a good lure.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Dizzle, where you got the flashy swimmer hanging out at?
Oh man,
it's tough. It's not as easy as it looks to do this.
I think I'm gonna go with a number 6.
Number 6, huh?
Because it's one of my underspin. I love throwing an underspin. It's a very huge confidence bait for me. As of recently, it's been more of a confidence bait than like a spinner bait even. But I feel like spinnerbait is, in the past for me anyway, caught bigger fish, more fish. I don't necessarily get as much muck and hung up and different types of things. I don't have as many issues casting or retrieving, I should say, with spinnerbait as I do an underspin, but I do love myself an underspin.
Okay, so you said 6, is that right? You're going with a solid 6 on it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish I could swap these now.
See?
That's the problem when you're starting to do. That's the
I
issue with
know.
the ranking. It's like once you slide it in, you're like, oh,
I
I
know.
want to move it.
See, I've already dedicated. I've already dedicated to that that slot. I can't be switching around here. What's chat saying here? Do we have any? I've done well on underspins this year. Oh,
Yeah.
Bassel, this is fun,
So but 6 for me. Yeah.
dude. Yeah, that's fun. Hopefully, people are following along. That's actually kind of a fun game to play.
Oh, that's
I'm
awesome.
keeping
Yeah.
mine on my 10 on a dry erase board. That's awesome. I'm saying, oh gosh, Dizzle. I think I done screwed up already. I don't want to say number 3, so I think I'm going to have to agree with you and put it at 6, just because I know there's going to be some money ones. I think I should have went higher with my chatter. I think I agree with yours now. You might have been right.
See,
do you have an underspin? What's your go-to, Dizzle? Because I don't think you throw the flashy swimmer.
I mean, I have some, but I've had the same issue of it breaking. The God, what are they? I know I've thrown Berkeley has one, right?
Yeah, funny enough.
Where's that?
I happen to have some here. I was getting out tackle today.
Oh yeah.
I do like those.
Wire deal under it.
Yeah, but I have had issues with the hook coming out of line with the tie and everything like that, so it bends one way to
like
the
bending
other.
the hook?
Yeah, a little bit.
Really?
In the what's it, the VMC?
VMC.
VMC. Jeez, way off on that. The
Close.
VMC, kind of the same thing. Right. Same thing with those. I feel like I have issues with the hooks not quite being in line. But I mean, realistically, it's the one that I grab out first. I just have them all in a hodgepodge and a.
I was just asking because I know. Yeah, I was thinking the Berkeley one. I've actually really been like tackle one. Fish head. I've still got a bunch of fish heads. I really like the colors in there. I wish the keeper was a little better, because the fish heads ones suck. They just have like instead of all the lead here, it's just like a little like nub. It's not even like these conical ones. So the keeper kind of sucks on them. Like if it was just a little bit better mold, but I feel like the spin on theirs is really good. Yeah, the Northland is a really good kind of finessier one.
Yep.
Okay, what do we got for? What are we at? Number 4, numero 4.
Number 4, I'm going to pull in the first soft plastic in the group. So this one, again, you can choose whatever color you want, but I'm going with a newer one, and they've been really solid, and that is the Crush City Mayor.
And we can rig these however we want. Is that
rig them? Yep.
Use them however you want. Oh,
yeah. So rigging it how you want.
Thank
change
goodness.
The color.
Here.
But that Crush City Mayor, I mean, good trailer. It's good just putting it on a regular hook and just jerking it through, pulling it through.
Have you done much Crush City Mayor in Dizzle?
I was just gonna say, for me, this one's gonna be another easy one. I haven't actually thrown it, so
I was gonna say I don't know that you've thrown this too much, have you?
I'm gonna put it at the bottom of the list.
There you go.
Wow.
Number 10. Just because I haven't.
I gotta say, if you don't know, then that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
But if you should give it a shot, give it a try.
I think I have some. I just don't know as if I don't think I've had them on me when
I gave you some
out.
Yeah, when you came over.
Yep.
See, you're just not using the juice. Think of how many more fish you could have caught on those underspins if you were actually using the Mayor. Guaranteed to catch 6.5 times more fish.
6.5 times. What's 6.5 times 0?
I would have brought the white.
Dink. It's a DEBO dink.
I would have had that white one that you found, but I am like out of those. And
so that's 10 for you, Dizzle. Clear at the bottom.
Yep.
Okay, we'll put the poor low Mayor down there. I'm going 3 with the Mayor, just because chatterbait trailer, spinnerbait trailer, underspin, swim jig. Doesn't matter how you use it. It's been all around great.
Yep.
Absolutely love that little
what's
did a video on it not too long ago.
What's doing it for you? What's different than, I guess, any other paddle tail?
I like the shape. I like the colors. Like the this isn't gonna mess it up if I go over to, I think I just have to reshare that screen is all. Really like the color offerings. I think they nailed
Yeah.
it, and along with the shape,
That's a
so it's
good one
not like
right
your
there.
normal ribbed bait shape. It really
Mhm.
looks like a shad, and the color profile as well as like the durability. So they're
Yeah.
not
Okay.
like a Kitech one fish wonder, but they're not a Lastech, so they'll last you a few fish, so you
Yep.
get your money's worth. I think they're a
Hmm.
really solid.
I think they really did a good job with the whole Crush City line.
Yeah, the side roll. Chris is absolutely right.
Yeah.
On like an underspin, they do give a little bit of side roll, side flash
Okay.
that looks more realistic than just something with a big tail thump back there, I feel like. And
Sure.
there's certain situations, I guess, if you have more dirty water where you really want a lot of thump and kick and disturbance back there. But
Hmm.
yep.
Do you get that side roll when you're rolling it? Well, you're rolling it slower. You're reeling in a lot slower, or you just get it anytime.
I guess I've just noticed it on moderate. I mean, I'm sure it probably
Okay.
does fast, I guess,
Yeah.
but
All right. I was just wondering. Like I said, I haven't thrown it just because I haven't had them with me when I've been out.
Okay.
okay, we'll allow it. It's fine. Everybody's got a rank in number 10, even if it's the wrong one to rank down there. That's fine, Dizzle. Cool.
It'll be all right.
Just think
All
when
right.
you get the spider and you have to rank it higher than a 10.
Yeah, the 10. You're like, oh, what the hell? All right.
No.
So the next one, I'm going to show what I was going to put up there, but then I got something a little better. All right. So for number 4, this would have been, all right. This is one of DEBO'S favorites, the Spro.
Mm.
But when I was in Gunnersville, I was introduced to this guy.
Oh.
Same design, same profile, but instead you got these little kicker blades.
No, it's not the clinker. What is it? Oh no, that's from Teckle. It's got like 2 little frog metal feet. They call it the clinker.
Yeah, but this is a Spro.
Yeah,
little Spro.
Yep.
And it's got the 2 little dingles on there. And this
2 little dingles.
That's whatever you want to call it. And
so 2 little Colorado blades back there flashing and plopping.
And the sound it makes, just, I don't know, it's just unique, and it just draws them up.
So is it kind of like almost like a plopper or like a tecker? Where it
Teckle sprinkler? Yeah. Sort of.
It almost sounds like a subtle, almost like a, I don't want to say buzzbait because that's kind of wrong, but it does kind of rotate through, kind of give off a little bit more like little bubbles as it's coming through. And it worked out great if you're pulling it across a grass line and then you hit like a hole or a pocket. It comes through, doesn't get caught up, hits it, and then just gurgles its way through, and then they just come up and explode on it. So that's my unique bait for the night.
And I've not thrown it. I'm pulling a Dizzle on this one.
Okay.
Have it, but haven't thrown it.
But if I would have kept the first frog up, that would have been much higher.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whole different story here now. Still though, it's common enough, or I guess close enough to things that I've used that I think I'm pretty comfortable with it. I think I'm going to rank it at a 7. I'm going to go 8 just because I think there might be one better. Dizzle, where are you going?
I'm kind of in the same boat. I have one. I got it on a steal of a deal because they had it priced incorrectly, and I should have bought the entire peg of them.
Just bought the peg
because it was like they were listed at like $4 or something like that. And I'm like, you guys might want to change this, and they're like, all right, well, we'll give you one. Like, cool, whatever.
We'll honor it for 1. But I wanted to buy the whole rack at 15 cents.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm probably gonna go. God, I'm gonna go number 8 on this one. Also,
number 8. Okay. I feel like we're expecting something bad, and I feel like Trevor hasn't really hit us with anything horrible yet.
Right.
I'm kind of
not yet.
Kind of double thinking what we got going on here. I feel like this could be, as Admiral Akbar said, a trap. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Okay. What do we got? What do we got next, Trevor? Are you going to hit us with something hard here finally?
Oh, we're on the downward slide now. We're on number 6.
Yep. We're over the hump.
So number 6 is I got one that I have. This is one that I had in the package that I haven't used yet because the other one's so beat up. I didn't want to embarrass myself by pulling it up.
Oh no, the
But
war damage
this
on it
is
is
this. I almost wore my other hat that was in the thumbnail picture because it is a War Eagle, and that is the War Eagle finesse jig.
oh.
I mean, you
Right
don't even need to
there.
ask me.
But that's not is that the regular? Is that a
No,
football?
it's the football head. So this
Oh.
I
is
mean,
so football head design.
Is that the new ones? The like the same ones
Yeah.
that came out at the same time as like the jujitsu?
Yep, that's the
So
same
is it a half
ones.
ounce? Is that right?
Yep, this is a half ounce. And it's got this weird, it's like green pumpkin, but it's got this like really dirty red added to it, like a reddish brown added to it. So not the exact finessey small head.
War Eagle Pro football jig. I think they come in half and
That's it.
3/4. Yeah, half and
Yep.
3/4.
Yep.
I'll be honest, I really don't love football heads. Like I know they're for, getting deep and dragging, but like for the way I fish a jig, I just feel like there's better options.
yeah,
So I don't really
I'm
I don't love a football jig, to be honest.
I'm in the same boat.
And it's only a half ounce too. So it's like,
Yep.
if I'm throwing a half ounce, I'm flipping around a jig,
Man.
I'm going just because I honestly never throw that, especially that size of a football jig. Like if it's a finesse one, like, oh, here, actually, is Kuda still on? Kuda, you still in the house? This is one that I'm going to tie on the spinning rig for tomorrow. This is a Kuda special, little purple smoke.
Nice.
Just a little finesse 1/8 ounce football head, open up top, no guard or anything. And then I put a little Guggen rattling net on there.
Okay.
Oh, everybody listen. Debo loves Guggen. That's all he ever throws is Guggen stuff. He loves them.
Hey,
He's sponsored by
Guggen baits.
Dizzle, you can't undig from that.
Debo's pissed off because there's been no Guggen baits on the list so far.
That's right.
No, dude, they just come out, and I was going to text you the other day. Did you see that? They just came out with a backwards craw thing.
No
It actually
idea.
looks interesting for what it's. I think it has like a paddle tail. When I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's like a jig thing." Then I saw it was a paddle tail. I'm like, "The heck?" I don't know if if they have them up here yet, but yeah, I thought Guggen was like done. I thought they were going out of business, and I saw they were releasing new stuff. I'm like, "What the hell?" I guess they're still around. But yeah, I figure you probably already got your pallet of them that your boys sent you, hooking you up. Ooh, I do like that. Old perp
Nice
blade.
bait, yeah.
Let's see. Oh, they're not on here yet. I don't know where those were at. I saw there's a thing on Instagram. Maybe it was Omnia.
Debo is saving #1 for Guggen bait.
my number one Googie. Yeah. Anyway,
it's
I don't know.
gonna be
I
the
think
dragon
Omnia
drop, huh?
Let me look real quick.
The Guggen drop shot lure. Man. Hey, Debo, Gramp said baby Ned trench hog.
Of course he did. He's ruined that bait for me.
Oh man.
No, I don't know where I saw those. I saw it somewhere. I know I'm not. Maybe it was just on Instagram is where I saw the picture. Omni didn't have them either, so I don't know. Anyway, new Googie stuff. Let's see. Now I gotta get back to figuring out how to share this Excel. There we go. Okay, so Dizzle, where
did you put
the? I put mine at 9.
Yep.
I'm thinking I'm gonna have to
4, 5.
I think I'm gonna go with number 7 because of the football head.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, it's probably gonna. You're right. I'm gonna end up with a spider at number 1. It's gonna be awesome.
And then at the end, we're gonna
vote. Pull out something awesome, like
see whose list they liked better. That could be a fun spin on it too, and see what the Fish and friends think. All right, so we got let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 4 open.
Yep, 4 slots. All right, this is one that I know Debo probably would recognize for number 7.
Let's see. What do we got here?
The
Ooh,
Arc,
the Arc.
Arc Popper.
I'm guessing he's not going to have any other poppers on the list.
Nope.
And I will say,
Went
I
with
think
this
I've still got that one hanging back there. That was the day I went out with Matt on the boat.
It's got a little bit different sound as it ploops through the water.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what, in the high pressure one, you get that little bit different sound, and this thing has just been money.
I completely agree. That was the first thing. That's what he said too. He's like, what in the heck popper is that? He's like, I've never heard one like that. And it's got like just a little bit of a different, like,
it's almost like a blooping.
Like a bloopy splash to it.
Yeah.
Because that's the P. Is it the P70 something that they call it? Is that right?
Yeah. This is the TP70.
TP70, yeah. Topwater popper 70. Okay. I think that's pretty easy for me, especially after this year. Big surprise, people. Everybody eating their popcorn's like, oh, I never saw it coming from Debo after the year he had and put out 17 million popper videos. Wow. So surprised.
Yeah.
Nothing but popper videos. He's going to rename his channel to
Debo's
Poppin' to Debo.
Debo's popper fishing. Wow.
Yeah.
What's popping off with Debo?
Dizzles is going to be, what's googity good with Dizzle?
Oh.
I'm going 1, Arc Popper number 1, just because the popper has been hands down RKO, kicking the hell out of the fish. I feel like I could go anywhere with a popper this year almost and catch fish.
Okay.
Senior Dizzle, what do you think? Do you really throw a popper much? I don't know that I've ever heard you talk about popper fishing.
I don't remember the last time I've thrown a popper. I remember numerous times. Oh yeah, I remember numerous times where I've been like, oh, I think a popper would probably do pretty good right now, or it would be something totally different than what I've been throwing, especially on a certain body of water. But I just never have them with me for some reason. So with that being said, I think it's going to take up the number 9 spot.
God, I can't wait for Dizzle's number 1 to be a spider. It's going to be so awesome. Dizzle, you've exhausted 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6. You have 5, 4, and 1. Debo, on the other hand, still has an open number 2 slot. 7 middle of the pack and a 10. See, Dizzle, I was kind of tactical ranking these.
I have been as well, and I think I know potentially what could be coming up, but it could totally be wrong too.
I feel like this is a gentleman's match of chess that we're playing here, Dizzle.
I could see.
I thought it was checkers.
Here's the deal: the Fish and friends are going to vote on it, and whoever's wins, the loser has to wear the other guy's college hat for the next live. So I'll get a Nebraska hat and wear it. Dizzle has to get a Hawkeye hat.
You'll have to wear a plain I'll find a clear plastic hat for you somewhere.
Basil keeping up with us. He has 10, 1, and 3 open. He's also
pretty
tactical with it.
That's pretty that's pretty good. All right, so we're gonna go from Debo's number 1 this year to my number 1 topwater this year. And it was not the buzzbait. Last year, buzzbait was number 1 for me.
Buzzbait was absolute.
But this year
too.
This is the Shallow Blows 110.
Oh, yeah. Is it Shower Blows?
Yeah. This is the, it's got a popper style mouth. It's got this cupped mouth. This thing just walks, and man, I can't count how many fish I caught this year.
It's got the treble hook rainbow on it too. I can tell you've been throwing it.
Oh yeah. I took this off the rod to bring it in tonight. So
let's look at these quick, because this is kind of similar to the jowler that I've been wanting to pick up. I've got a couple of those Shower Blows. I've thrown them.
Man, just the way.
I think I've caught 1 fish on them.
Yeah, it's the Shallow Blows 105 Evergreen.
So this is kind of a tough one because I do like the sound they make. It kind of almost reminds me of like the old Lucky Craft Gunfish too, the same, which was a really good one. It had more of a cupped mouth, I think. Is that right?
It was, and it was really tough because I almost grabbed, the head and spook to bring in just because nobody knows that one. But
I
Well,
like you're switching it up here. Is yours the regular or because they have like the baby one too, right? Or are they all in the
No,
same?
this is the 105.
Oh, here they are. Okay, yeah. So you went with
Yeah.
the little one.
Yep.
Yeah. So if
A little
y'all have
bit
never
smaller
seen it, do they
profile.
have the other?
The
Yeah, it's got
American
like this little
Shad, that's
cup
what I
mouth.
have right there. Yep. And when it walks, it's throwing and spitting like a popper as it's coming through.
Yeah, it's almost like
And
when I was telling people, like when you're in the pool as a kid and you would take your hand on the surface of the water and go, "Shh." It's almost like
Yep.
it's doing that, where it's creating this little wavy spit.
Yep. And it just, whew. And even if you like throw it out and you're not walking it and you just kind of burn it in, it kind of creates a little wake to it as it's coming, and they'll come up and nail it on
Really?
that as well. Yep.
Huh. Okay.
Um,
What you thinking here?
so
Is we do?
real quick, you have Tackle Warehouse open still, Debo?
Yeah.
Michael Cashmore said the new Guggenbait's the Scuttlebug, and it's on Tackle Warehouse. So if you just Google or search for Scuttlebug, you thought this thing looked interesting, is what my real question is.
Doesn't show.
2 words, SCUDDLE, bug.
Oh, scuttle.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh, so I thought it was going to be a jig. I thought it was like a jig thing, but then I saw that it had the
You wanna
like the
share
paddle
that?
tail in back. Yep. Sorry.
Make everybody as disgusted as what I am by this hideous
Oh
monstrosity
yeah,
of a
right.
lure.
Oh,
That thing
If
is
we
hideous,
we
dude.
see on his
What even the
phone,
hell is that?
what is that?
he's already got like
It's
10
like a
ordered.
curled up crawfish.
This is what I saw on Instagram,
What-
and I was drawn in by the purple and black. I'm like, oh, interesting. It's like this jig thing. Then I'm like, wait a minute, where do you tie to
Okay.
it? What is this?
Yeah.
Then I see this stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute.
And what's do the pincers have paddle tails on them? It looks like.
It's one paddle tail comes out the back.
What the hell?
Wow.
That's kind of a cool color. That chartreusey one. That one's a good looking
And
color
it's
though,
got a little
too.
line tie up here.
But either
Yeah.
way, come on.
I thought it looked
No.
interesting. I was drawn in by the black, purple, blue. Okay, I'm sorry. Or judgment
Okay.
on my.
Okay.
I let my let my eyes overload my brain or whatever they say.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
Dizzle, is that your number one?
The
The scuttlebug?
no.
Oh.
Where did you put this one at?
I'm still thinking. I really like topwater walking baits, but I think strategically, I'm hoping there's going to be something good, and I'm hoping there's going to be kind of a FUD in there. I'm going 7 with it. I'm rolling the dice here.
I'm gonna go because I do as much. I mean, as much as I like a topwater walking bait, it's super fun. Again, I hardly ever throw them. I actually do have some in my tackle bag. I just don't know why I don't tie them on. But I'm gonna go with a 5. God,
Okay.
I really kind of shoehorned myself into my picks here.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm at extremes. You're saving it, thinking he's got some good ones saved until the end.
Yep.
I'm running the
Yeah.
the extreme game here. It's either a 2 or a 10 home run, or I don't know what the hell this thing is. I don't know, Dizzle. It could come down to being a game of attrition here, just last on the other guy out, you know.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
You said to make it interesting, so I was making it interesting.
I like it. It's a good little mix up here.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one, we're going back to soft plastic.
Okay.
And this is another one that you could rig it a few different ways if you wanted to. I pulled this specific color because of what, because Debo just likes this color. And that is the Spunk Shad. In frosted purple.
Dizzle.
Oh.
Dizzle loves a Spunk Shad. We know that's his number one.
So, frosted
Man.
purple,
This
Spunk
works out.
Shad.
This works out perfect for me.
So what are you going?
Strategically-
You're going number 2 on this, aren't you?
No, I'm going 10 with the Spunk Shad.
Really?
I can easily use my Crush City Mayor and cut a little bit of the tail off in place of the Spunk Shad. So
Someone's
I do like that color. And I do
Oh.
really like the Spunk Shad, but
I guess
A lot of
I'm
people
going
are
with
loving it. A lot
going
of
with
people are loving
a
it.
4 on this. Man. I do have 4 left, right? It's number 4, I believe. 4 and 1. Man,
Yeah, 4 and 1.
this last one's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a spider, isn't it? It's gonna be awesome.
I don't think so. He did to Trevor's point. He did hold that up and say this isn't going to be
Yep.
one.
It's the micro-sized one. Remember that one, Debo?
I
Could
don't
be a
know. I didn't
giant
know they had
rat.
multiple
You know.
size. Either way, they're dumb. So
I mean, I'm not putting it. Obviously, I'm not going to put it number 1. Man, this next one's going to be interesting.
yeah, I know. I almost feel like I need to put it at number 2 just because whatever it is, I'm saying it's my second best. So you're going 4 with it or 1?
4.
Okay.
Because I have a feeling on the last lure that it could be a couple of different options.
Yeah, I have a feeling it could be a lot of options too.
I'm okay. I think I feel confident with this
You
last
feel
one,
confident
though,
that
even
it's
though
going to be something that you love? Okay, well,
All right.
doesn't
Not-
matter what we say now. He's written our destiny here, a 1 and 2. It's actually interesting that we ended up with a 1 and 2 with so many good lures on here.
Yeah.
We were afraid to pick high numbers. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so last one. I got 3 that I'm looking at. So
Oh, see, he's playing us now.
Man.
He's playing the old special
no,
guest fiddle.
this was actually probably one of my confidence baits for the longest time when I first started getting into fishing.
Okay.
And this guy just goes through everything. And this is the Bill Lewis ATV square bill.
Not mad at that.
I felt somewhat confident that it was going to be a crankbait, lipless, or build on the last pick here, and I'm okay with that. I feel okay with that.
So I was going to throw you for a loop since you both had up there. I almost put the live target.
Live target what? The spider?
This is the live target sunfish. Came out at ICAST in like
Oh,
2015.
yeah.
Yeah, that's like the dead shad thing that I was throwing Dizzle and had
yeah.
that monster wiper blow up.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I wanted to put 10 things up here that I fish, that I use, that I'm confident I could go out any day and catch a fish on any one of these.
Okay, a 2 for me. I don't mind that. I don't throw this one a ton. I have thrown it. I've caught a couple fish on it. It's not my first choice, but I'll take that as number 2.
I feel overall, I mean, this is a terrible blanketed statement to make, but I feel like a square bill is kind of a square bill in the sense of they're going to be running about the same, kind of regardless of the maker. Granted, there's going to be differences in each one of them, but I feel definitely confident with that.
Yeah.
And it's square. I mean, square bill you could almost throw anywhere.
Yeah. So I had a few others. We could talk about some honorable mentions.
Yeah. What do we have on the honorable
almost pulled
mention
up
list? I'm going to get
coal shad.
The vote going here.
You know, almost had the coal shad.
I've not caught one on that yet. I like it.
I haven't either. I like it. I was going to throw it up there. And this is one that I really like too. The magic worm. John's Juice. This is that purplish pink color. This is a really, really good one. Then, of course, I could have put this up, and most of you guys probably would have jumped up to number 1, the old Yamamoto stick worm. So
I do like a Yamamoto. Honestly, if you would have thrown a Yamamoto out to start with, like the first option, I probably would have put the Yamamoto at the middle of the pack at a 5 before seeing any of the other lures. I mean, it's not the end all be all, and it's not, I can't fish without it type of thing. Or
they catch fish. I'm not gonna lie, but they just don't last. They just tear up so quick. But I can tell you,
I just put voting up there.
Magic worm. That is.
I like the magic worm. That's a solid
thing.
one.
Is like solid.
Debo, I did put my vote in for you, just FYI.
for me to have to go out and specifically buy a
No,
Nebraska hat?
I put my vote in that your list is better than what mine is.
Why can't I see what?
Let's see, popper.
It's
there we go. Okay.
it's
No, I just had to jump over.
32-68 right now. You're winning.
Ooh,
Ooh.
yeah.
Ooh.
Listen, if I lose here, folks, I have to wear a Nebraska hat for the next live. Dizzle has to wear an Iowa hat for the next live. One that I was thinking on, I thought there would have honestly been more soft plastics, so I'm surprised we only had 2 soft plastics on the list. And that's no fault of your anything, just kind of what I was thinking behind the scenes.
I don't throw a lot of soft plastics. That's one
Really?
thing that I don't really don't throw a lot of soft plastics. Being in the kayak where I go, like I'm usually throwing hard baits 80% of the time.
Okay, so Dizzle, looking at your list now, do you have anything glaring that you would switch?
I
think my glaring one, and I would be pretty happy with the list, is switching the square bill with the chatterbait at 2. And I would be completely happy with that list.
Yeah. Yeah, the other thing I didn't put out is I do have a lot of jerk baits, so I have a lot of rows. I could have done a whole top 10 list of just jerk baits and just pulled in my jerk bait box and went down the list.
I mean, I probably would switch my 6 and 4 around. Just because I feel like I underspin. I didn't give it enough credit. Obviously, looking at my list, I would like to have, just a regular round ball jig on there, but I feel like 4 and 6 are the only 2 that I would probably switch around.
Okay.
Not using the mare, I can't really say that should go higher or lower, but that's my final there.
Okay. Well, out of 70 votes, looks like I won 65 to 35%. So Dizzle, next live, you have to wear an Iowa hat.
Oh man, I'll see if I can dig one out. Probably only have 16 dozen of them.
I'm hoping it was just.
Oh.
Yeah, Michael, I for sure thought a Ned rig was going to be on there. That was one of my other guesses.
Oh God, I hate a Ned rig.
What?
I know they catch fish, but man, when I first started trying it, I was just getting hung up so much. I was like, nah.
Have you tried the EWG Ned rigs?
I have.
No, still nothing on them.
No.
Yeah,
I'd rather throw a smaller jig in there and get it through. So.
Actually, funny enough, I was looking at little jigs. You guys thrown those at all? The little tight rope?
Little tight ropes.
Little quarter ounce koosh ball jig.
Yeah. What else was I surprised? I'm a jerk bait. I'm kind of surprised that a jerk bait didn't make the list.
I had my jerk bait box out, but I was like, man, I'll pull that in there, and but that was the hardest thing. Was like if you were to try to go right now and just pull 10. Like random, pull all your stuff out. It's just like there's just so much to choose from.
We'll see what kind of feedback we got.
I wanted to get something different.
We'll do every couple months and grab a new member, or we can think of a new game to kind of get.
Well,
even if you did like if we did like the 10 soft plastics, that would have been easier for me to grab. 10 different soft plastics, 10 different hard baits, or 10 different different
Maybe that's what we'll have to do
baits.
next time. Cut it down.
But 10 with like the whole gamut of everything is like
and I'm wondering, do you think your list would have changed if we would have been more into the transition into like fall type of fishing versus we kind of just got done, summer is kind of done with? I mean, it's supposed to be warm again next week, Debo. I don't know if you saw that or not, but
no,
it's supposed to be up in the 80s again next week.
Is it really? Holy crap.
It's 70s and 80s. So do you think it would have changed at all if it would have been more of that full-on transition into colder water fishing as far as what bait you would have chosen?
I don't know. I tried to, when I was pulling for these 10, I tried to get a mix of different ones that I use at different times. So I really wasn't looking at what was playing right now. I was just trying to look at things that maybe you hadn't seen, or that maybe you didn't fish a whole lot, and then some that you have seen, you use. Because like I said, the spinnerbait, I haven't thrown a spinnerbait, and it's been a couple months since I've actually thrown a spinnerbait.
Yeah.
We could do a gear
the
ranking too. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah,
We can
the
have a
top
rod or
water, the
reel.
top water for me has just been, it's been hard to get away from right now. Like
Yeah.
the last couple months, if it's not a top water, then it was the underspin, the chatterbaits. That's been about the 3 that I could put on the yak and go catch fish right now.
Here's an interesting one. Chris is asking, water temps around here 55 in the morning.
Wow.
What's the first lure you guys are throwing? 55
Cloud cover?
degree
What is
water.
it? Yeah.
I don't know.
What's
I
the?
I think we're saying minimal
If it's in
to
the
no cloud cover. I think for us here.
if it's in the morning, I'll probably start with top water. I'll probably start with the shallow blows. Interesting fact, I don't know if you guys have walleye. We have some
Oh, yeah.
walleye in one of our reservoirs. And when I was out last weekend,
Clear. Looks like clear with no clouds.
I threw that shallow blows out along a grass line, and it was about 10 feet of water, 9-10 feet, according to the sonar. I had a walleye come up and eat my top water.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And it was like a 16-inch walleye, so it wasn't a tiny guy. And I was like, "What in the world are you doing up on
Mhm.
top water?"
Right.
Like usually I catch you deep down, mid or lower, but he was up early in the morning. It was before the sun came up, just cresting up.
Buzzbait, solid choice.
Dude, it
Drop
was hard.
shot.
Yeah.
I think I would probably go. God, I don't even know. I'd probably find some
Lipless.
rocks.
Like a
And
lipless.
then I'd
Jig.
like a lipless, yeah, too. Or I can't get away from a swim bait or
Yeah.
sorry, a swim jig. Sorry, I love myself a swim jig. And it's
Yeah,
been
I
producing constantly.
had a Seth Fighter's swim jig in my hand when I grabbed the football jig. I was like, which one do I go with? Because that Seth Fighter swim jig is, if you haven't tried it, it comes through really clean.
Ralph says, "Gee, still 90s in Southern California. Sounds rough."
Yeah. Yeah, when I flew back in from, can we do a top 10?
I just saw that. That was awesome.
Oh my!
Oh man,
The reigning worst live that Debo has ever done. Dizzle and I.
That's
Was
funny.
when we did our Q&A.
All right, Mike is the special guest on the next live. He has to come up with something that's award-winning, groundbreaking, gets millions of views for Debo.
Mike has to come up with the idea that gets us 10,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that would be
jerkbait.
awesome.
Definitely gonna have one of those tied on. I agree.
Oh, yeah.
Tim blow ups and buzzbait. Yeah, the blow ups. The buzzbait bite for me this year.
I'm with you. I haven't, maybe 2. I may have had 2 fish on a buzzbait this year, where last year I would catch them like crazy.
Rich in the house. He was out catching a bunch of dinks today in Debo style. Sorry, man. Sorry you dropped down to my lowly standards of catching little fish. It's not usually you.
What's what of your so you're pretty much saying everything on your list you can throw for the rest of the season, or are you going to get to a level where you're not going to be able to throw like your frogs and your top waters and things like that anymore?
The frogs will go away.
Because you're where? Oklahoma?
I'm in Texas. So
you're in Texas.
But I'm in
Debo, those are fighting words for saying Texans from Oklahoma. Jeez.
But I'm only like
same thing. Texans, Oklahomans.
I'm in that square part of Texas up there just below Kansas, between New Mexico and
that's
Oklahoma.
right. Yeah.
So I'm up in a unique
roundabout spot
area, and so I've caught frogs using frog in the wintertime, because some people are like, oh, you need vegetation. Well, you really don't. You just I find those brush piles that are out there, just throw it close by, just bring them across, and they'll still come up and hit them. But yeah, everything there I'll throw all year long.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be. I personally, I mean, just for me, Debo, you can chime in too, but I don't think I'm going to be taking a whole lot of top water out with me anymore that I go this year.
60 to 55 is kind of my cutoff. So, I mean, unless I'm seeing stuff jumping, I always make sure I have one rod that will handle it. But
yeah,
Yeah, about now with temps dropping, because we're, I think, steadily dropping the next couple days, right? It was warming up maybe, but
Yeah, it's a warm up
Yeah.
next week, early next week.
I was just gonna see. I thought there was something else new that came out. Whoops, that I thought looked fun here.
Hmm.
Well, what the hell? I literally just looked there a second ago, right? And it didn't show
Yeah.
it. What the hell?
God,
Here's
that
the other
thing
one,
is
Dizzle.
hideous.
Did you get some of these? The guppy swim bait? How many of these did
No.
you buy?
Oh my God, none.
Dizzle's got 14 of these. Dizzle really likes that goldfish color. When they're in that
That's so
gold
dumb.
shad right here, it just crushes. So I've heard from Dizzle anyway.
God, I hate you.
I feel like there was something that showed up on here and I don't have any way to search. So that's useless because it was just some random thing that I saw. I don't remember if it was a hard bait or what.
You saw a bait once that looked cool, but you don't remember what kind of bait it was.
Well, it was on, I clicked the new thing and now they've clearly, oh, maybe I have to go to all the new.
All the new.
Oh, I did get some of these and I know what the other one was.
Mm.
So these little
Oh, the
love,
double tail.
I feel like a hula grub has gone forgotten about for so long, and they come out with a little micro version of this, throwing this on like a little Ned rig head, if that would fit. I don't know. I'm trying to think of size, but like a little EWG Ned rig. Oh,
that's 2.5. How big was the other? Was it 4?
I was throwing a 4-inch on that jig. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But I've thrown these forever. I used to throw the Arkies. Arky had this brand on it. They still make that. But I saw these the other day, and the other one, I got a couple packs of these from no, not Zoom. Sorry. And I'm excited to try these on a little Ned rig head. Actually, I wish it was a little bit earlier, but the Micro Ultra Zoom Vibe Speed Cross. So these are, I think, 2.5 inches as well. So if you're a little finesse jigs and such, I think these will be pretty fun. A little free rig, finesse free rig.
Oh yeah. You know, I'm actually I can't get it out of my head since you brought up a jerk bait. I'm like super excited for the weather to get to the cooling off because I'm excited to throw a jerk bait this year.
I like
it feels like forever since I've thrown one too.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too is, Debo, you got a yak now. You get out on the cooler water, you can start throwing the A rig around too. So
I tied one of those up. I suck with it. I'm complete crap at throwing an A rig around, but
I got tried the mini ones, the smaller ones.
I've got one from Bass Dope tied on. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going with because Bass Geek was like, dude, just think of it like your spinnerbaits. You have a ton of confidence in spinnerbaits. Just think about it like that and throw it kind of how you would, in your area, just like you would a spinnerbait.
Yeah, that's what I do. And then like a spinnerbait, as you're bringing it through, just give it a pop every now and then, let it flare out, and then it'll flare out and come back like a bait ball.
Let's see, do they have and Bass Dope is actually going to be on coming up here soon. Alive, so we'll be able to talk more about his stuff, but I wanted to show these because he's just over in the Chicago area. Dizzle, you got a question there too for Mike. What's your favorite go-to jig trailers?
I answered him in chat, but it's the Strike King Rage Chunk. Love them. Okeechobee crawl color.
Here, and he's got one now. I don't know if he makes these specific for like each state, but mine has only the 2 deals on it. Maybe like this one. Is this a 2? Because I think he says he makes some custom. Yeah, so he's got like the different hook options. But yeah, he made a cool little finesse one. Hell. That I've got tied on. Gonna try.
Nice.
From the old yak. Oh, here. God, I completely missed it. So yeah, I think he gave me a 5-wire 2 hook. That's it. So yeah, he's got some cool stuff. He sent me a really good Dizzle would like some of his little finesse jigs. We'll look at these, I guess, when he's on, but he's got some cool little jigs and stuff that he does. There's the old EWG.
I like those colors. Let's get some really popping colors there.
Yeah, this little candy finesse jig is sick.
Oh, look at that.
Purple Rain is the color I like. But anyway, he'll be on coming up.
Yeah, I would throw
soon.
that over a Ned rig anytime.
Not a fan of the old Ned, huh?
Not.
So Kelvin did ask at 8:38, why fish an A rig over a spinnerbait?
I think drawing power is the big thing. If they're really, really
Yeah.
focused on bait, you can just draw so much more with all that flash and
Well, and then
actual
plus you
ball.
have the double ups are so nice. You're pulling 2 in at once.
I would hope I could do that just
Never.
once. That'd be awesome.
Never.
I don't know
Never
cranks and
doubled
all
up
that
on
stuff,
anything.
but on an A rig, I've seen those guys catch like 3 fish on one. Could
Yeah,
you
I've never
imagine?
caught 3. I've caught 2, but never 3.
I've
Now,
hooked a bass on a square bill and then stuck the other hook into my hand. Does that count as a double up?
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Okay, I've doubled
Yeah.
up before then.
And if you get the smaller like that, the mini or the smaller A rigs, you throw it out there where the white bass are. Oh man, you'll get like 2 or 3 on there at once with the
A
white bass.
3-inch A rig? Do they have that on Tackle
What?
Warehouse?
That's got to be a bait finesse one.
While you're looking for that, Lil Rich asked a question. What's the worst trick or treat Halloween candy?
Oh god, we were just talking about this. Those stupid brown and orange peanut butter taffy things that are junk.
Mm,
You ever had
I'm
those? No, they
I'm
don't have
gonna.
them.
Yeah, those are pretty.
They're awful. If anybody
trash.
eats those, they've got something wrong with themselves.
Anything black licorice is way worse than that.
Candy corn is also up there. That stuff is
Candy corn
disgusting.
is worst. Yeah, that is just.
Black licorice though is.
I like black
disgusting.
licorice.
Oh, it's so gross.
Fine.
Mike and Ike's. You never ate Mike and Ike's back in the day?
No.
Oh. Or the blackjack gum that you could buy that turned
Oh,
your mouth
God.
black. on
Oh
you.
yeah.
I had
What
what are
What about those stupid strawberry ones that it's like the wrapper is a strawberry?
Oh my god, don't talk about those
Oh,
things. Those are my
awful, dude.
favorite.
Oh.
I love those things. Mm.
You know what's even worse than candy corn is those big stupid pumpkins that they make that are like the same candy corn
They're
stuff.
just
but
like candy corn, but
pumpkins.
they're giant pumpkins.
Ugh.
Whoppers? Whoppers are good.
Whoppers are good. Somebody, Mr. Sully, circus peanuts. I agree. Like I'm always like, man, it's been forever since I had a circus peanut. And then I try one and I'm like, that's the reason why I haven't had one in forever. They're disgusting.
An apple.
Yeah, I also don't like, my wife loves them, but those stupid like sour apple coated in caramel suckers.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh,
Nope.
Nope.
hate those. I don't like caramel though, so I'm not the right guy to talk to about that.
What? Hawk Fishing and Outdoor says circus peanuts are supposed to be banana flavored.
What? Huh. Yeah, that's pretty hard.
Oh.
Snickers is my favorite. You know what? Reese's now give me heartburn. I'm now old and I eat like peanut butter or Reese's. I get heartburn now. Yeah, old. Basically old and decrepit. We need to get a giveaway going here too, real quick.
Yeah, geez, come on now.
It's hard to beat the peanut butter cup. Yeah.
We got me talking about candy here, and I'm wanting to go upstairs and steal out of the candy bowl.
Yeah, I have to hide the candy high and far and very deep so no one can reach it except me. Because otherwise it's not going to make it to, it's not going to make it to Halloween.
Right next to the Balrog. You have to hide it next to the Balrog and the cavern. Hashtag rank to be entered in for a giveaway. If you would like, I will do you a custom lure. I'm doing one for Trevor for being the nice guy to hop on here, and hashtag Harper. Brandon, hope you're good out there, dude. How warm is it out there still for you? You still sweating out there? Anyway, I will do a custom lure if you'd like one, and throw in some extra lures, or if you just want some other lures, you don't care about a custom, that's fine too. You just let me know. But we'll be drawing a winner here. I was trying to think if there's anything else cool I'd seen on the Tackle Warehouse. I was looking through the other day as if I need more gear, but sometimes this is the problem. At night, you might be laying there in bed, can't get to sleep. The hoof trimming videos, or the
hoof trimming ain't doing it for you.
Me. So you might end up on Tackle Warehouse late at night. I feel like there was something else cool that I saw.
Tell you what, you just throw on some Mr. Ball and put you right to sleep.
Yeah.
Then I'm scared of the black witch dark shadow figure that's going to come out of the corner what do they call that? Sleep paralysis, and apparently it's something
Yeah.
that
Your
all these
sleep
people
paralysis
have.
demon.
Yeah, the sleep paralysis demon.
No thanks.
This shadow old lady figure. Nate the Hoof guy, love him, love watching him. Kind of want to go shadow him for a day and go trim hooves. Yeah, and I can't watch the other guy. I feel like I'm cheating on Nate. What's his name? He's in England. GP Hoof Trimmer or something like that. GP Trims or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Some English bloke.
don't run that drawing yet, Debo. Somebody made a great point that there's
What?
161 people watching and only 84 likes. So that
Oh,
number probably
right
needs
there.
to go up
I
a
thought.
smidge.
Yeah, we best get 100 entries in here. Nobody wants a Debo lure. Nobody wants some free fishing gear.
They're not even hitting the like. Come on.
Yeah, not even hitting the like, and it's free. It doesn't even
It's
cost
free.
you anything. Help support the
Mostly
Debo.
painless.
Eye floaters, I agree. I love those shows where people are like, oh my gosh, it's a ghost. And it's like, no, dude, that's just dust. I don't know what you think you're seeing. Eye floaters will make you think the house is haunted. I like that. What else do we have here? I tackle shop every day, half the day. I'm always looking to see new sales and stuff. Man, I'm guilty of it. I do it way too much. Way too much. 78. We've only got 78 people entered for the giveaway. 162 people watching. Come on, Fish and friends. What else we got for any new gear or lures you guys are excited either coming out or that you got that you want to try to use before the ice and the cold comes? Any of that?
I mean, apparently I have to use a mare, so
yeah, use a mare, you slouch, not even trying one. Jeez.
This is about the time that I'll start busting out the lipless more. About this time.
Lipless bite.
Lipless are great. I love them. Now, are you just a vary the retrieve, or are you like a solid steady retrieve, or how do you work the lipless when you fish
lipless? I do more yo-yo.
Nice.
Coming back most of the time. Just fire it out and then just let it drop and then just popping it, letting it drop, popping it, letting it drop.
There was
better on mine for that. So
there was a spot Debo and I would go and fish, and there was this little, wasn't even a creek arm. I think there was a creek that connected to it, or maybe like a secondary runoff pond up above that had a pipe that ran down into this little arm of this lake that we would fish. And there was a big brush pile in casting range. And usually next to that big brush pile, there was some vegetation that would grow up, and you row upwards and just casting your lipless out there and letting it fall down and just popping it up. We caught so many fish off of that little area right there, and it was amazing fishing just using the yo-yo, or just using a lipless yo-yoing it.
That's awesome. One thing that I have to watch out for with lipless and some of my cranks, that's why I use more square bills than anything. We have these trees in our waters called salt cedars.
Okay.
If you never, and it's like a wiry bush, but it's a tree. Okay. And when your hook gets in there, it's like, you ever like get your hook in like those pond reeds that are there with the coon tails on the top?
Yeah.
Like when they get hooked in there, it's just like paper, and you can't like, it's just like the harder you try to yank, the deeper and just embedded it goes.
Are those
so much to those?
Like people sink those for fish habitat, or
they grew there, and then when they flooded the reservoir,
gotcha,
they're just down in there, which are great for crappie fishing because they're just all over the place. But you're finding trebles in there. You got to be. That's why I kind of like. I'm going to use that word, forward-facing sonar, on my yak.
Cheater! He's a cheater!
Because I can sit there with a jerk bait and actually take it.
Mr. William Traxel.
I could take a jerk bait through there and navigate it through the bushes. So you kind of avoiding it, letting them come up and get it that way. So,
Mr. Will, are you still? I'm assuming you're still in here.
Oh yeah, he's.
William's always in watching. A good chap. He's won a giveaway some time ago. But I'm betting he's here. I know he's not a Canadian brethren. While we're waiting to see if he's here still. Rich, heavier light for lipless, chrome or natural? So chrome always, if it's sunny. If it's dirty water, I like gold when it's sunny. Natural, I like when we have like overcast or low light.
Will is here.
Mr. Trax
Give your
is here.
speech.
Yep. And then he'll know. Just send me a screenshot of your YouTube. Hit me up. I already know. I've talked to him not too recently, but recentlier.
Yeah, for my lipless, I'm usually more of the shiny, the chrome, or the gold and black. That solid gold with the black top. And I usually try to go heavier. I want to sling it out there, and I fish my reservoirs are pretty deep, so I can get down not as deep as old Bass Geek Hank, but mine are like anywhere from 20 to 40 feet. So
what are you what you said you like to go a little bit heavier? What size are you going with, or what weight?
Usually 3/4 ounce,
okay,
up to an ounce.
So are you more of a yo-yo? Sorry, I was.
Yeah, I'm more of a yo-yo.
Okay. Yes, I barely ever yo-yo. Like, are you? I'm talking about on the bottom, like the bottom. Yeah. See, I barely do that. From a yak now, it'll be a lot easier, but usually for me, like shallow burning, like a Cotton Cordell Spot or a Bill Lewis, Booyah, like a one knock or something like that. Red Eye Shad, burning those, around grass is.
I'm a fan of the Booyah. You can tell from the lure net hat, but I love the Booyah stuff, man.
I'm out of the Sprite. Let's see what else we got for questions. We got, I don't know, 15 minutes here. I'm gonna have to get packed up and get ready to go to bed. Let's do 15-minute open forum. What do we got for questions? Fish and talk, lure talk, gear talk.
Yak talk. You talk about
yak talk. Oh, that was one I was going to ask you about. Who put that? I think it was Sly Fox said he was looking forward to. Ray, can you use a small craw on a drop shot? I'm not a drop shot guy, but yes, I see guys do it. Does it have an advantage over a worm or something else? I can't tell you one way or another because I'm still dipping my toes into the drop shot game.
You've dove head first into the drop shot game, Debo.
Oh, I have not.
You showed me your new tattoo the other time when we went up north, and it's
a drop shot tattoo.
It's a heart with drop shot in the middle, sitting on top of the arrow.
Gosh. And instead of it saying "mom," it just says "Dizzle" next to it.
It says drop shot.
Sly Fox said won't be out for public till next spring, but I want to try the new XTR 130. So is that a 13-footer? Is that the big wide one?
Yeah, that's the new one that's come out. So,
and people are all upset because they say it's a boat, not a kayak, which I think is funny.
Oh, when you look at the dimensions, it's still regular size kayak. It's just the way the angle was where people were by them. They were just like, wow.
Mr. William Critchley, back to work. Thank you for popping in, even though you're at work. Appreciate the support, my friend. Let's see what else we got. How are you liking the kayak? What accessories are you looking at? For me, I'm loving the kayak. It's been a fresh new change to fishing. I don't really have any accessories that I need right now. I think I'm pretty good. I've got it in a good spot. Yeah, really nothing. A motor, but I don't really want to spend $2,000-3,000 on a motor. Plus, it gives me exercise out there pedaling around. Clearly, I could use some. DEBO'S gotten a little husky.
Yeah, I'm not ready for the motor game yet. Pedal drive's just fine for me.
Do either of you think about the what's it called, the power poles? It made me think. I saw
that was.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that was Drew Gregory, who's really huge in the kayak world. He put the power poles on the back, the 4-footers, and I was like, that's crazy to me. It's like,
no, I've got an anchor. So far, my anchor lizard's done really well for me. That thing is a lifesaver.
Thing, was it a short, a reel? I don't know what they're called on Instagram, the little videos. A guy had double power poles on the back of his kayak, and I was like, that seems like a lot.
I suppose if you have a huge, like a 13 super wide one, you can get it to work, but I don't want to, I load my truck. So like at a certain point, you just can't be taking all that crap off and have it be a 30-minute ordeal just to get it launched and stuff. That's one of the things I love about the kayak is now I leave my seat in it. I leave my crate in back closed and everything. So all I have to do is throw my wheels on, pull it out, put my drive in, my electronics on, and
don't forget your
15
fancy
minutes,
shoes.
Hey,
Fancy yak
so
shoes.
my fancy yak shoes, got those.
I have a kayak rack in my garage, and it holds 3 kayaks. I have 2 for the family, and then mine in the middle. But they're 2 of them are cheapos when you first get into kayaking. And my truck fits perfect. I pull it up to the back, and it slides right off, right into the middle, and I can pull it right back on.
Perfect.
So,
I want to do one of the electric lifts like
A winch.
Wendell. Yeah, like Wendell showed, the electric winch. That way I can still park my truck in the garage. That was one of the other things about the winter is with the boat in there, the silly little John boat doesn't take up, or, it takes up enough room where I can't get my truck in with it. So it's like, now I want to be able to lift that yak. I got to get that done soon. Favorite general purpose non-glass crankbait rod. Ooh, first one that comes to mind would be the Daiwa Tatula. I do really like that one, and I don't think it is glass. It might be a composite, but those rods I think are really good. Let's go rods. Trying to think what other ones I have.
Okay, so I'm a big I have quite a few Dobbins.
Oh, it's glass. Never mind.
If you look at like the Fury line, the Fury crankbait rods, 7-foot, medium heavy, mod fast, in that $120 range, and it's hard to beat.
Yeah, like one of their 7.3 medium heavies.
Yeah.
What else did I have I was using?
But if mine right now is I have the Champion XP crank rod. I stepped up, and that's the one I'm using.
I didn't think that one was glass. Are you saying glass because you don't like the bigger, thicker blank and weight? Because I feel like that one is not big, and I thought I was just looking at that. Hold on, take a drink, everybody. First one of the night. First stand up.
There he goes. Jeez. Walk it away. Take a drink. Yeah, like I said, the Dobbins are good. What else? St. Croix has some good ones that aren't glass.
This I think is more of a. I would have thought a composite because it's not big. It's not a big, fat, bulky glass crank of old. Is that what this one says? Because this is the one. Maybe I'm wrong. Sorry, that was probably really loud. My bad.
Oh, yeah, my ear.
Yeah, he said he doesn't like the weight of glass rods.
Okay, yeah, this is definitely not going to have that. It does have the micro guides. 7-foot shallow cranking and topwater. Does it have a number on it? TTU 701 MRB. Medium regular. Is it 7-foot? So it must be this one. Oh, they don't have the model number out here?
I bet
so
you
it must be this one. 7-foot medium. Oh, I think you have to go back. They have it below. Is that right? Oh, yeah. TTU 701 MRB. Oh, gee, that's why. Mine is not a glass. Okay. So this one is just the regular line, non-glass. Boy, how many dummies does it take to figure out how to get this to work? 7-foot one that's medium regular. Whoops, and I don't need to keep adding these. Dizzle, you're supposed to say, yeah, Debo, we're trying to help you, but it's not just you. 701 MRB, that's the one I've got right there. 7-foot medium regular. And I've used this for like underspins. Like this says shallow cranking and topwater. I've used it for like underspins and stuff. So yeah, it's not a glass, but I really like those rods. Overall, those are some of my favorites, which it's kind of funny that it's their like name rods, like the Tatula. It's the Tatula line because I've also really liked the Corrado rods. I got a couple of those used at American Legacy for like 40% off. And if you're looking for an all-purpose, now I don't know if they have. I got a new heavy one that I really like because it's a little bit softer heavy. But I don't know if they have like a specific crank. I've also got like the 6.8 and the 6.10 is the one I lost in the kayak tip over disaster of the year. But I like the 6.8 and 6.10 of those too. So just kind of all arounds I'm trying to think of. Yeah, they've got the glass, but it would be just the normal one. Did I skip out here? Hey, they're 30% off out there too, potentially, it says. So there's would be like a medium, moderate fast, or a medium heavy fast, depending on what you're looking for. So 180. But you look at American Legacy, look to find one used. That's what I did too. They seem to have them over there a lot. What's the next upgrade for the kayak, Ruben? Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I mean, I would like to have live scope, but I just right now I can't justify dropping $3,000 for it because I would like to have it for ice fishing too. But it's a lot of money. Yeah, I'm trying to think anything else. I don't need a new graph. I will tell you one that I want to do next year, and that was kind of one of the things that Wendell talked about this year, is getting better at using my down and side scan to find offshore stuff and really fish it and pick it apart better. Because I'm not very good at it, and I think that could open up a lot just learning to use that.
Yeah. That's kind of what I had the down and side for the longest time before I got forward, and it really helps like as you're going mapping it out, and then you could just turn. Then when you have the forward facing, then you could pick apart what you're actually seeing.
Because that's the part where I struggle
where
at.
the brush
Because
piles
like
are at.
we'll go by it, and I'm like, okay, so I'm trying to mark it in my head. It's there. Then I'm throwing the jig, like trying to find it for like 15 minutes, and I'm like, is that it? I don't know. Then I'll just move on. So it'd be good to be able to like point at it and see, like, okay, I know exactly where I need to.
Yeah, especially when you're passing by those random rock piles that are out there. You're like, oh, then you're
because I'll see like a
forever
log
trying
out
to
there.
find it. Yeah.
Or like a stump, like 2 or 3 stumps piled up. I'm like, oh, there's got to be a fish hiding in there. Lucas says, I tried to buy some new Terminator Pro jigs and found out VMC released them in iCast and they aren't available yet. Terminator Pro jigs. I don't know that I've even heard of those. Terminator Pro. So it's the Terminator jigs, which that's interesting because they've kind of fallen off. I remember seeing a lot of their stuff because they have like the blue and gray packaging, right?
Yes.
Keep going right there.
I mean, I feel like I just kind of got
there.
I kind of got a sour taste in my mouth from Terminator when it came to those frogs, that I haven't really looked back to them as the bait overall.
The non-sharp frogs.
Yeah, the extremely dull. I'm not going to fault them because you have to bend the hooks out a little bit, but terribly, terribly dull, almost rounded point hooks. Not good.
Hawk said the same thing about, I see quite a few people talking about motors, loving the motor game and or getting a motor. Newport motors ain't that bad for $1,000. All in for $1,000. Is that battery and everything? No. Yeah. So again, if you get the battery with it, you're looking at what, 1,500.
Oh, Calvin had a good question about reel.
About what?
About a reel.
Ooh, Caden. Yeah, Michael Bradley did another good one. I do really like the Cadens as an all-around. I don't think the one I have is glass, but probably my favorite out of the Dobbins rods. The Cadens tend to run a little softer, but that is another really good one. Who was that? Hawk, I think, was asking.
Yeah.
Rods. Where's the Caden? I probably skipped it. Oh, here we go.
It's probably alphabetical.
Yeah, cranking rod, but I don't know if those are actual glass. I think the 7.3 is the one I have. Medium, heavy, moderate, fast 7.3. And I've used that for swim baits, all kinds of stuff, but I don't think it's glass. Yeah, graphite blank, so it's not a glass. Yeah, that's a really solid rod. I really like the Cadence. Is that the one he said too? The 7'3"? Yeah, 735 CB. Is that what that one would be?
Mm-hmm.
735. Yep, completely
Yep.
agree. Completely agree, Michael. Good call. Very good call. Okay, and you said Calvin had a good question?
Yeah,
903.
903.
903. I'm a little behind. Okay, great show tonight. I learn a lot each time I listen. I know it's almost over, but I was curious if you tell me the 2020 SV TWS for 150 versus the Tattooless CT for 110. What's my best bet? Okay, so we're talking CT. Oh, for sure, the 2020 SV. Are you talking just the regular Tattoola? What is it, 103? Is that what that model would be? The old one that they're getting rid of? If you're talking about the 103, definitely the 103. It's got the SD spool in it. Yeah, better reel than the CT.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure, though, that one, Calvin, hands down. Post show. Do you use the 6 cents rod you got from American Legacy? The frog rod? Yeah, and it's absolute trash. I do not like it. It's heavy.
Is that the one with the
Yeah, it's got like reel thread is like 3 inches of reel thread above the reel nut.
Do you have it in there?
No, I don't. I think it's out in the garage. Yeah, I don't like it. So,
seriously, there's a solid inch of thread once you have a reel on there. Probably more than an inch, right?
Oh wow.
Realistically,
yeah, it's like 2.5, 3 inches above the reel nut of exposed thread, and it barely holds the reel on. Like it's to the very end of the.
It's like I don't know what size of reel that you would actually be putting on there that would need that much thread to secure it.
Diggs, I would completely agree. Graph before a motor on a kayak, hands down, for sure.
Yep.
Depth, you get to see contours, water temperature. Depending on if you have down inside, you can see structure.
Yeah, it changes it. I agree, Russ. When you talked about full arsenal of Cadence and Tatula SVs, that would be amazing.
All right. Well, we're past an hour and a half. I think Ray summed it up there. Hope everyone has a great weekend. I have to go. I think I'm going to call it there too. So again, Trevor, thank you so much for hopping in and joining us.
Anytime.
Tonight.
Anytime.
We appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody else that continues to watch and support. Love you guys. But we'll be back again next Saturday or Saturday soon sometime.
Mm-hmm.